What's up, YouTube, and welcome to Travel Adventures with Eric B. I'm Eric B, and today we're going to talk about 12 things you don't do when you come to Mardi Gras. Now, this video is mostly about New Orleans, but it's not all about New Orleans. It's about Mardi Gras in general. And Mardi Gras is more than just in New Orleans, and it's a way of life. So follow along and let's get the adventure started. I sit in the car right now in traffic. The first thing you don't do when you come to Mardi Gras is you don't drive. Like, driving is just a terrible idea. So I wouldn't rent a car to come down here for Mardi Gras. And also, by the way, if you are going to have to drive down here, like if you live in the area or something, and you need to find somewhere to stash your car, parking is very expensive. It is just not a good experience. Like, every parade you go to, they're gonna charge. If you're gonna leave it up for a full day, they're gonna charge you like 60 bucks for like no matter what, or more if you're gonna do it the entire day. Like, it's just not a good experience. Don't drive. The second thing that you don't do if you're coming to South Louisiana, New Orleans, or the Gulf Coast in general, do not underestimate how big Mardi Gras is. Mardi Gras is huge in this region of the country. It's an actual holiday. And I live over an hour away from New Orleans here in Baton Rouge, and I promise you here, banks are closed, or the local banks are closed, and this is an actual holiday. Kids are out of school. Do not underestimate how big Mardi Gras is, because Mardi Gras is not just a party carnival day. So keep that in mind when you come down here. You will see Mardi Gras everywhere, and if you're one of those people who don't like Mardi Gras, or you want to escape from Mardi Gras, well, there's no escaping from Mardi Gras, because you go in your local grocery store, you go walk around town in the neighborhood, houses are lit up for Mardi Gras, everyone's decked out festive for Mardi Gras, your Walmart has Mardi Gras shirts everywhere. Mardi Gras is a way of life down here in this part of the country, so do keep that in mind when you come here. It is a huge holiday. The next thing you don't do when it comes to Mardi Gras is you don't leave the kids behind. Now, we think of Mardi Gras as being this wild party with people getting drunk and having a good time and women flashing and all that kind of stuff. But that's not the truth. Most Mardi Gras parades, and then some are more adult-themed ones, most of them are very kid-friendly. Lots of kids love to run around, catch beads, and have a really good time. So I suggest that you definitely bring your kids to Mardi Gras. You might want to research the type of parade, because, as I say, there are a few parades out there that are more adult content, but definitely bring the kids to Mardi Gras. Don't take your kids on Bourbon Street during Mardi Gras, because Bourbon Street right now is way too wild for your kids, but do take them to the parade. Next don't forget to get your king cake. They even have mini king cakes here, so if you don't want a whole large one yourself, there's many ones you can share. We got Mr. Ronnie Gilbert here. We got 3 different king cakes here. Four different king cakes here. What kind of king cake we got here, sir?
We got here apple goat cheese. We got a strawberry and cream cheese. We have a pecan praline and Bavarian cream.
Nice. King cake is only available during Mardi Gras season, and every place that sells it, it is totally different. So you get a different experience from each spot, and then there's so many different varieties of different kinds. Or you can make it yourself. If you want to get you a recipe and do that. It also comes in all different forms as well. So king cake is one of those delicacies that you got to have. If you haven't had it, you're going to want one, and if you have had it, you're going to want one.
We only eat king cake during Mardi Gras season. During what?
Some of us eat it more anytime we can get it. But I tell you what, I have this bread. I'm starting on the go. You go ahead and tell them how we got this king cake.
Well, you know, the king cake came from France, where they had this fancy name, Gâteau de Gras.
Gâteau de Gras.
It all has to do with the Feast of the Epiphany, January 6th. That's when we start eating our king cake, and we eat it right on through Mardi Gras Day.
Go to Mardi Gras mostly applies to New Orleans, of course. If someone throws beads and you don't catch them and they're on the ground, don't pick up beads off the ground. We're talking about a ground where people pee on, and it's just nasty. Food everywhere, rats crawl on the ground. Don't pick things up off the ground and put them back on your neck. Don't do that, and teach your kids not to do that too. So if you don't catch the bead, that's not your beads. And by the way, you can buy beads, really nice beads at that. Seen a kid down under the grandstand digging for beads. Parents, Don't let your kids do that, please. The don't for you is don't underestimate the crowds at Mardi Gras. When I talk about the crowds at Mardi Gras, I already said don't drive, but if you're driving in, the traffic's brutal. It's going to be hard to find parking. Everywhere you go to is going to be crowded. You're going to want to get your reservations for your hotels early, your reservations for your restaurants. You're going to want to book those early. It is really crowded everywhere, and you already know the service is not the fastest in New Orleans. New Orleans is not a fast-paced type city. So keep in mind when you come here during Mardi Gras season in particular that, yeah, don't underestimate how busy Mardi Gras is. New Orleans is already a very slow-paced city, if you will. Let the good times roll. Don't expect to come to Mardi Gras and things to go fast either, because when there's a lot of people down here for Mardi Gras week, the lines are going to be long. Food's gonna take forever. Things are gonna go very slow. So make sure you get your reservations early if you're gonna eat at restaurants. Make sure you book your hotels early. Don't expect those hotels to be reasonably priced neither, because hotels and everything else in New Orleans, they jack up the price during Mardi Gras. So expect them to jack up the price. Don't think you're gonna get the same rate for a hotel that you would get during normal times. You may book a hotel and be like, oh, well, it was $100 last time. But when you come during Mardi Gras, don't expect it to be $100. Expect it to probably be 3 times that, unless you come maybe, I would say, early in Mardi Gras season, because Mardi Gras season's kind of long. It's about a month long, really. So if you come close to Mardi Gras, in Mardi Gras season, like really close, expect them to jack up that price, especially the weekend before or Lundi Gras or a few days before. Expect that. Peeing on the ground, don't expose yourself. That goes for males and females. Men peeing on the ground, women, show me your tatas. Don't do any of that stuff out here. And if you do it on Bourbon Street, sometimes they might, well, at least to the females, they might not bat an eye to it, but you might be all over the internet, because if you do it, there's going to be someone recording you on their phone. I can guarantee you that. So you don't want that on the internet. And if you do it in a family-friendly parade away from the French Quarter, you may get in trouble. So don't expose yourself, men or women, or in any private region. Don't expose yourself. The next don't for you is don't be surprised by the over-the-top party on Bourbon Street, as you will see people going wild and the streets will be packed. Do not underestimate how wild they can get on Bourbon Street during Mardi Gras in particular. The next don't for you is don't think that Mardi Gras is only in New Orleans. So if you find yourself going to Baton Rouge or Lafayette or even Mobile, Alabama, where Mardi Gras started, or Pensacola or Biloxi, anywhere on the Gulf Coast, and in some parts of North Louisiana as well, there are Mardi Gras parades all over those cities, and there are Mardi Gras parades in small communities all over the state. A lot of people like to go to those smaller community ones in the neighborhoods, and a lot of those are a lot more family friendly to bring the kids, and a lot of the people in New Orleans even go to those places to escape the wild parties of New Orleans. Less people, less of a wild time, but still the same fun floats and fun atmosphere. Last don't of Mardi Gras is don't think that all parades are the same. So you went to a Mardi Gras parade, but guess what? If you went to 20 of them, all 20 of them would be different. They all have different themes. Some of them are more family friendly, some of them are more adult oriented, some of them have different themes. Some may be neighborhood parades, all different types of parades. I promise you, every last one of them is different. So make sure you check out as many as you can. And that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I ask that you please hit the like, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell notification so you can know when I have more videos coming out. And as always, remember, live today, grow today, tomorrow's never guaranteed. Peace and travel. Lots and lots of travel. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. Leave any comments below. I love to interact. And if you would like to help the channel continue to grow, please consider hitting that join button and becoming a member of the Peace Corps and help us to continue to grow as a travel community.